Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to talk about this week in earnings. We're going to go over a few companies that we're going to report. Not a lot of major companies reporting this week. This is probably kind of like a relaxed week this week, but there are still a few important companies that I want to get into and talk about, guys. So if you hear and you like what you're hearing, guys, feel free to subscribe, like the video, and comment at the bottom with any questions you might have. All right, thank you for being here and let's go. Something else that I wanted to get into before we got into earnings this week was the jobs report did come out last week, guys. And in my opinion, we had a very good jobs report. We added over 200,061 jobs in the month of October, which is a really good sign because as a lot of people have been saying and a lot of people have been talking about is that we're possibly heading into a recession, right? We got interest rates going up. We got a lot of companies that are cutting down on payroll and cutting down on hiring. So the fact that we're adding jobs is always a very good sign and a very good way to kind of show us how the economy is going. Now, when we look at what the biggest sections were that grew, you can see the biggest one was really healthcare, right? Healthcare was the one that blew up the most. We had a lot of the jobs in healthcare. And we're still, even if you look down and further down, you can still see that we're adding jobs in technology. So people are still certain companies out there are still adding in the technology sector, guys. So that's a very good sign, because one thing they usually have in recessions is you have not only does the GDP goes down, but also unemployment goes up, right? So the fact that unemployment is getting lower, that's a very good sign, guys. So that's something I wanted to talk into until we got into earnings report, guys. A very good jobs report that we just had reported last week, guys. But let's get into earnings. All right, so when it comes to Monday, right before the bell, we got our first big company, probably the biggest company when it comes to retail investors. You got Palantir. I know a lot of people are in this company. They just recently won a government contract, so that is some good news, and hopefully they'll talk about that on the call. But we do got them on Monday. They have fallen a lot so far for the year. Like most companies, this company's fell over 50%, so taking a really big dive for the year. But still, I know a lot of people are interested. A lot of people are looking for a lot of great things coming from that company. Other than that, though, nothing really crazy on Monday before the bell. When it comes to after the bell, you got Activision Blizzard, right? So that's another one of those big companies. Obviously, the biggest thing coming from them is they recently just got bought out or on the verge of getting bought out by Microsoft, right? So Microsoft just made an acquisition for Activision Blizzard. So we're going to see how that goes. It's still going through regulations, so it hasn't been finalized yet, but it is something that's on the horizon. So a lot of people are going to be looking for them to talk about that and see how they're going to be doing. They just released the new Call of Duty game, right? It's probably going to be the biggest game of the year. It's the first time they took a break on Call of Duty, where this last one, they didn't make one last year, so they came out with one this year. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm not a big Call of Duty guy, but I have a lot of friends that play it, and they're saying nothing but good things about it. So we'll see how that goes. We got Lyft. Lyft is another company that's going to be reporting on Monday after the bell. Lyft, obviously, the second biggest rideshare company in the U.S. So going to see what they're doing. I don't know anybody that's in that one. Most people are usually in Uber, but Lyft's a good company. Nothing really crazy after that. You got TripAdvisor. We'll see. But nothing really crazy. Tuesday before the bell, you really don't have much. You got Workhorse, you got Party City, but nothing really that stands out to me. Planet Fitness, DuPont, nothing really that stands out. Tuesday after the bell, though, you do got one of the big ones in Disney, right? The biggest entertainment company in the world, right? When it comes to movies and the Marvels and the Star Wars and the Pixars, they kind of run the movie theater, guys. Are the number one box office company in the world. They do a lot of big movies. They did have report that they are going to increase their prices to kind of stay with Netflix, because the thing is, officially they are bigger than Netflix as far as subscribers. If you add up all of the video on demand companies that they own between Hulu, ESPN, and Disney Plus, they are officially bigger than Netflix. But the thing is, Netflix makes more money per user than Disney. So Disney is going to increase prices to kind of offset that and kind of catch up, because their Disney Plus is still non-profitable, right? Disney as a whole is profitable, but the Disney Plus segment is still non-profitable. So we're going to see what they talk about during the call. They have been growing subscribers. Their last subscriber numbers were at 152 million just for Disney Plus. So you have been growing that. They got about 14 mil the last time they announced their earnings. So we're going to see them talking about that. They've had good growth with that. So going to see what they're talking about. I know a lot of people are going to be paying attention to their earnings, probably the most out of any company for the week, right? You do got AMC. I'm not going to be paying attention to their earnings, but everybody knows about the wild ride that AMC has had in the last 2 years, right? You got the Wall Street Bets drama that they've had. They've dropped a lot this year, right? They were up to above $50 to now around $5. So we're talking about a company that's lost 80+% of this market. So they've dropped a lot. You do got Upstart. I know a few people that are in that one. You got Lucid, right? Lucid's another one of those EV companies that a lot of people are in. You also got Affirm, one of the big new financial companies, right? They're trying to change the way that you borrow money. Well, not really borrow money, but how you can pay for it, basically, right? So they're kind of changing the game on that. They're going to be reported. I know a lot of people are going to be interested in that. I want to say that last report was not so shabby. So we'll see how they do. On Wednesday before the bell, nothing too crazy. You do got Roblox. They just reported a couple of weeks ago that their numbers are up, right? Their subscriber numbers are up, so that's a good sign. So hopefully because of that, we see the stock get a big boom. We see people interacting with the company. So we'll see when they report. But other than that, nothing really crazy. You got Wendy's, right? Good food. Good tasting food, not good healthy food, but good tasting food. Nothing crazy. After the bell, you got Rivian. Something to keep in mind with Rivian is obviously they're backed by Amazon, but also they just have to recall a lot of cars. So we're going to see what they're going to do with that. They have to recall, I want to say a couple of million of cars. Not a million, I'm sorry, but a good amount of cars. I don't think they even have a million cars, but they have to recall a good amount of cars. So we'll see what they're going to talk about that. You got Wynn. A lot of people are in this. Vegas is booming. I just went to Vegas not too long ago. Vegas is booming, guys. So something to keep in mind. Vegas is doing a lot right now. So I'm expecting good numbers out of them. You got Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat's a lot of people are in this one. I mean, a lot of people that I know are personally in Beyond Meat. I'm personally not. I used to be a shareholder a few years ago, but I made a good amount of money on it and I kind of got out. But two things with Beyond Meat is Beyond Meat doesn't know how to beat estimates like ever. I can't even think of a time they've actually beat their estimates. But most importantly, what recently just happened is they just let go of their COO. He was biting people's noses off, right? So that's recently just happened. So we're gonna see. Maybe they bring it up during the call. We're gonna see how that goes. I'm pretty sure people are gonna ask about that, but so we'll see what happened Beyond Meat. I think it's a mess right now. Not something I'm personally going to get into anytime soon or ever. We'll see with that one. You got Celsius. A lot of people in Celsius. We'll see how that's going to go. Thursday before the bell, you do have NIO, the Tesla of China, what a lot of people like to call it. So we're going to see what they do. I know a lot of people kind of play that one as well. After Thursday, after the bell, nothing crazy. You got WeWork. A lot of people are in that. You got WeWork and Upstart WeWork and Upstart. So we'll see what they do. Thursday after the bell, you got Matterport. I know a couple of people that are in this one. So we'll see what they do. They just recently bought a new company. I can't think of the name of it, but they recently just made a purchase about a couple of months ago of a new company. So we'll see what they do. They're probably going to be one of the leaders in the metaverse personally, because what they do is they digitize places, right? They digitize houses and put them online so you can kind of see what's inside a house without being in a house. So it's very increased. It's very, very good technology that they do. I do like what they do. I know a lot of people who do real estate that actually use their technology. So we'll see what they're going to report. Hopefully they're doing good. But other than that, Nothing really crazy Thursday after the bell. Nothing I'm excited for. Friday, once again, nothing really crazy. Nothing that I'm looking forward to. So like I said, guys, this week in earnings is it's not a crazy week, right? We don't have any really big players. You got a lot of retail stocks in there, a lot of companies that newer or retail investors are in, lower small cap companies. I think the biggest one for the week is going to be Disney, obviously, but this is not a crazy week. Nothing crazy going on, guys. Not as crazy as it been the last week. Kind of a chill, relaxed week, guys. So these are the companies that are going to report, guys. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you guys like the video, I would really appreciate it. If you guys want to keep following us as we grow, I know we're a new channel. We're growing, trying to get better and better. Go ahead and hit that subscribe, guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time, and bye-bye.